Picture this. It's 3 a.m. You're staring into the fridge, looking for cheese. But what did a caveman do when his stomach growled at midnight 40,000 years ago? Spoilers, there was no DoorDash, and the fridge could literally bite back. Let's travel back in time to see the craziest midnight snacks in human history. Phase 1, the Stone Age. The sun goes down and total darkness hits. Going outside to hunt in the dark? Absolute suicide. Monsters are everywhere. So the ultimate midnight snack was whatever leftovers were rotting by the fire. We're talking about cold, chewy mammoth fat. Yum! High calories, zero taste. Or maybe some crunchy roasted grasshoppers left over from dinner. If they were desperate, they chewed on raw tree bark just to trick their stomachs. Fast forward to ancient Egypt. Now we have civilization and beer. Egyptian nights were hot. If a worker woke up hungry, he didn't eat, he drank. Ancient Egyptian beer was thick, like liquid bread, full of nutrients and alcohol. Drink 2 jars, see some gods, and go right back to sleep. Perfect. If they wanted solid food, they grabbed a dried fig, basically ancient candy. Next stop, ancient Greece, the land of philosophy and severe late-night munchies. If you were a rich Greek, you had symposia, crazy late-night drinking parties. They would snack on salted nuts and olives to keep themselves thirsty for more wine. But what if you were a regular Greek guy waking up at midnight? You'd stumble around for a piece of barley bread dipped in watered-down wine. Yes, soggy alcohol bread. Don't judge, it was their version of cereal. Now, let's look at ancient Rome. These guys took late-night eating to a toxic level. Rich Romans had feasts that lasted until sunrise. The menu? Absolute madness. At 2 a.m., they might serve roasted dormice stuffed with minced pork. Yes, mice. Swelled up with fat, cooked and glazed with honey. If they ate too much, they went to a room to throw up, just so they could eat more. But poor Romans living in crowded apartments had it rough. No kitchens allowed, because the buildings caught fire easily. So their midnight snack was garum, a super stinky fermented fish sauce. They would pour it on stale bread. Smelled like trash, tasted like pure salt. Let's fly over to ancient China.
Specifically the Tang Dynasty. Here, night markets were a huge deal. Cities didn't sleep. If you got hungry at midnight, you walked out and bought hot noodle soup. Or steamed buns stuffed with sweet red bean paste. Unbelievably good. But for the elite, the ultimate late-night luxury was bird's nest soup, literally made from the dried saliva of small birds, supposedly kept you young. Meanwhile, across the ocean, the ancient Maya had the best midnight drink ever, hot chocolate. But wait, it wasn't sweet like yours. It was bitter, thick, and mixed with spicy chili peppers. 1 cup of this at midnight and your eyes would pop wide open. No sleeping after that. Let's move to the Vikings. After a long day of raiding, they needed heavy fuel. Their midnight snack? Skyr, a super thick sour dairy product like Greek yogurt. They also loved dried fish called stockfish, hard as a rock. You had to beat it with a hammer before you could even chew it. Imagine hitting a fish with a hammer at 3 a.m. just to get a snack. Absolute chads. In medieval Europe, midnight eating was actually considered a sin. It was called gluttony, and the church said it led straight to hell. But did people care? Nope. They sneaked into the pantry anyway. They would grab a chunk of lard or pork fat, spread it on cold rye bread. If they were lucky, they had a slice of head cheese, which isn't cheese at all. It's literally a jelly made from boiled pig heads. Eyes, ears, everything included. So why did ancient people risk monsters, sins, and bad tastes for night snacks? Because human biology hasn't changed. Our brains love nighttime calories. But there is one big technical difference between them and us. To get their snack, they had to fight off predators or build a fire from scratch. You just have to walk 10 steps in your pajamas. So next time you're eating shredded cheese straight from the bag at 3 a.m., just remember, you could be chewing on a salted mouse or fermented fish liquid. Modern life isn't perfect, but our midnight snacks definitely won the historical lottery. Subscribe for more crazy history, and go get your cheese. You earned it.